Hey, what's going on? Good to see your face again. Now, speaking from experience, we often look at work as something that is just providing us cash or a paycheck to pay our bills. And then if we're super lucky, it's a decent job or a cool job that has a pretty high salary. Now, it took me a while to figure this out, but when in doubt, choose happiness. But happiness doesn't always pay the rent, let alone build wealth or financial independence. Today, I'm following up on my previous video, the 5 college degrees that leads into the happiest career paths, with today's video combining the 8 happiest professions with some of the best salaries in the workplace. Now, my name is Kai, and this is my channel where I share how I retired at 27 by leaving my day job, and now I live mortgage-free and live an essentialist lifestyle, which is basically kind of like minimalism with a little bit more frills. If learning ways to generate income and stuff about finances that you will never learn in school, then consider subscribing right here. Otherwise, let's get into it. Slap hands, bump fists, let's go. All right, to headline it, here's the top 8 careers placed into a scatter graph based on the median salary and score on the happiness scale. Now you can pause here and check it out, or stick around and I'll rank these careers and give you more insight on each and the education you need to break into them. Here we go. All right, diving right into it. Nurse manager, which came in at a 4 on the happiness scale of 1 to 5, and a median salary at the time of this filming of $83,000. Now this role entails managing a group of nurses in a medical type of setting, hospitals, clinics, that type of thing. They also manage patient care, budget decisions, scheduling, and coordinating meetings and personnel needs. Now compared to other career choices, this has a relatively high happiness factor. The reason it's at the bottom of our list today is because the pay isn't as high for how much education you really need. So this one, at minimum, is a bachelor's in nursing is required. But what you really want to really get your foot in the door is to at least be pursuing or get your master's in nursing to really guarantee or at least push your odds of obtaining a nurse manager position. All right, moving on to number 7, dental hygienist. Now this came in at the highest score for a happiness scale, 4.5 out of 5. But it's still here at the bottom because of its median pay, which is about $65,000. Still pretty darn good. And the great thing about this, bang for the buck, this is probably the best career because all you really need is an associate's, which is a 2-year program. You can get your bachelor's or even a master's in dental hygiene, not required though. So if any of us are out there who've ever visited the dentist as kids or even as an adult, you've probably encountered a dental hygienist. These are the folks that you get to see first before you visit the doctor. They clean your teeth, they talk to you about any symptoms or anything going on, your brushing and flossing habits, that type of stuff. According to the folks in the industry, there's a very high satisfaction rate and the pay ain't too bad. Moving to number 6, you've got the corporate recruiter, which we talked a little bit about in the last video. This came in at a 4.3 out of the 5 and a $65,000 median salary. Now, put an asterisk right there, I'll get to that in a second. Here you'll be working closely with the HR department, basically seeking and screening potential candidates for a specific or many organizations to fill potential roles and positions. Now, pay can vary greatly. One, for the company that you work for, but then also the type of positions that you're trying to fill. Also known as headhunters, these type of folks can make large sums of money on the commission and bonuses based on the type of employee they're trying to find. If you are finding a CEO or somebody in the executive suite, you're talking very, very large commissions and bonuses if you fill those roles. Moving to number 5, we've got creative manager, my personal favorite, coming in at a 4.3 happiness scale, again on the 1 to 5, with a median salary of $110,000 a year, breaking that 6-figure glass ceiling. Now these individuals are the creative leads of the marketing and advertising for their organization. Typically, they'll be working with designers, artists, the sales crew, marketing team, and really getting together the common message for the products or services of said company. Now here, I would highly recommend a double major, marketing and graphic design. It's a powerful combination that helps get your foot in the door, and it's also very flexible. So if you do decide to leave this field, you've got a lot of choices afterwards. But To really become a creative director, you're looking at least having these 2 degrees or a lot of experience in marketing and graphic design. Also, you want interpersonal skills, leadership skills, and management skills. Now, the great thing I love about this position are the skills that you build to get into it is transferable across multiple industries. Very cool career. Number 4 is risk manager, coming in at a score of 4.2 with a $97,000 median salary. Now, this is a mid to high level position within a company, and what they're doing is they're typically assessing the types of risks to an organization that could impact their financials. These may include, but not limited to, the environment, local government, the public, and even their own employees. Now, in terms of degrees, this is usually more business focused, primarily financing and accounting, because you are dealing with financials. Although economics and business administration could also be suitable to get your foot in the door. Not ideal though. Number 3 is compliance manager. Now, this has a bunch of different titles and roles. Now, compliance manager is the overarching name for it, giving a score of 4.3 with a median salary of $96,000 a year. Now, these folks are in charge of making sure that the company is following the rules, regulations, and ethics standards for their specific industry. So if you're a type A personality, you like following rules, you'll most likely enjoy this high ranking position. Now, degrees here are typically related to the field that you're getting into. And then a lot of these industries that do need compliance officers or managers, they have their own board or they have their own official compliance certificate that you can get with formal training after your undergrad. Now, moving into number 2, we got data scientists coming in at a 4.3 on the happiness scale of 1 to 5 again, with a median salary of $108,000. Now, data scientists, they are blending the art and science of extracting and really pulling out the patterns and information of large data sets. A lot of times when they're trying to interpret this data, they're using statistics, machine learning, and algorithms to really understand what's happening or what's being buried or hidden inside these numbers and data. Now, the degree for this is clearly leaning more towards the math and number side of stuff. This includes bachelor's in IT, informational technology, computer science, math, physics, or anything similar in those fields. Now, this is a very high paying job with high job satisfaction and a lot of openings. A lot of companies are looking for data scientists, especially in today's age where everything's digital and companies are just inundated with information. And then the first best profession is actually a grouping of professions that are very similar and like-minded in some ways, but a little bit different in others. This includes mobile developer, reliability engineer, site reliability engineer, and software development manager, with scores ranking from 4.1 all the way to 4.3 and a low salary of $90,000 all the way up to $140,000 plus. If you do want to get into it, you want to study either computer science, computer engineering, or programming. In terms of the future, you'll be getting hired for the foreseeable future. As long as we have computers around, the internet, apps, video games, anything that deals with computer systems, this will exist and be needed unless AI gets created and takes over the world. But then again, that'd be a whole nother issue that we'd have to be concerned about. And a thing to keep in mind is don't pick a degree because of one specific job or profession. You don't want to paint yourself in a corner. At the same time, you definitely do not want to pick a degree or a position just because of the pay. Like I said before, when you have the choice, choose happiness. Choose something that interests you and something that will give you many options and opportunities down the road or in the future. It may not be super bright in the short term, but down the line, it can open up several doors for you. I've seen too many people paint themselves in a corner, studying a specific degree, getting out, having to find a job that doesn't pay very well, they're miserable in it, and they can't quit it because they have to pay off their student loans. Don't get caught in this trap. Along with all that, considering that I have multiple degrees and actually worked in higher education for a substantial amount of time, I will be the first to say that you do not need to get a college degree to be financially successful. The key indicator of your success is your eagerness to continually develop and grow your skills and your ability to learn and work. College is just one path, a very expensive path, and it's not meant for everybody. Please share this video with your friends or family who you think could get some value out of it. And if you haven't yet, sub right here and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps out the video a lot and hopefully the YouTube algorithm will pick it up and more people will see it. Thanks so much. I love you all. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.